So recently we've been checking out some mods from a mod pack of unfinished and unreleased lore-friendly cars for GTA 5, and this is another one to check out today. In fact, we're going to be checking out 2 today, and I thought we should start off with this because I haven't really seen that many Australian cars made for GTA 5, at least lore-friendly Australian cars, and so this caught my eye. This is the Chevelle Wombat, of course, and this is the lore-friendly version of the Holden Commodore VK. And it's just awesome. It's very simple, it's very understated, it looks a bit dated now, but at the same time, it's a look that it's a classic look. I can understand why people like the VK Commodore, and this is no different. So here we are. This is the Chevelle. There's the Chevelle badging right there. Nothing that shows that it's a Wombat, though. The Wombat badging is non-existent, but that's fine. And interestingly, this is left-hand drive. I would say that if we were to try and make this a bit more lore-friendly, this would be a car that would have been sold, exclusively for the Australian market, and as such, it would have probably been right-hand drive. But I can understand that as this is an unfinished mod, it's probably just a case of this is a very easy dashboard to copy and paste into the car, and so that's why it's been done that way, which is perfectly fine. Again, all of these cars, I'm showing them in their unfinished state, but also just, I really wish these were finished. It's just such a shame. Onto the parts, well, there are no parts. Again, because it's unfinished. But that means we just have to be very creative. And again, we are going to be checking out another car later on in the video. So for this one, I want to go for the proper Aussie look. I'm going to go for the SUV section of wheels this time, because I don't know, for some reason these cars always have massive wheels on them every time I've seen pictures of them in Australia, and so I'm gonna go for these because they are gaudy, chrome, and terribly designed, all things that I associate with these cars. Sadly, I'm sure the Australian viewers among you perhaps be upset about that, so I apologize for that in advance. And on the paint, what I associate with these cars is very bright colours. So actually, I'm going to go with random RGB and let fate decide. Let's see what we can... Oof. Oh my god. That's pink. That's pink. Okay. Now we're talking. This colour right here, bright... green blue? Bright green blue. No, I'm going to call it green blue. And actually, for this car, I am... Oh, we can change the suspension. How's this going to... not too bad. I'm going to do the engine, the brakes, and the transmission just to see how fast it is. I'm also going to add the turbo. The windows, we may as well tint them down. We won't go crazy. We'll go for a light smoke. Then in V-Stancer, I'm going to go to tyres. I'm going to go to wheel size, and I'm going to make them a little bigger, as I felt they just weren't big enough. And then I'm going to get that track width. I'm going to bring the track width in just so we can get this a little lowered still. Front track width in, and just get it a little bit lower. Something like that, and we're going to get that front camber just there, just so we don't have that tyre sticking out. There we go. That's about right. That's my build right there. I would say that's very Australian. Maybe the Australian amongst you will tell me that I'm wrong, although I will say that is very low, because you can see that front wheel, yeah, there's really not a lot of movement allowed there. Maybe we'll make that just a little higher. There we go. I would say this looks very Australian. It's a shame that there's not more to this mod, and it's a shame that there is very slim pickings for lore-friendly Australian cars. And to see this as an unfinished mod, it is a shame, but it's great that we do at least get to play with this as a standard car in its standard form, and we can do a little bit of tuning to it, so it's not too bad. And so the mod pack that this is from also has a bunch of other unfinished cars, and here's another one right now. It is this, the Tanajura. I don't know what this brand is. It's a very cool badge. I like the badge. Oh, it's an Iamania. It's an Iamania, which is a Brazilian lore-friendly car company for GTA 5. So this is the Iamania Tanajura, which is based on the Renha Formaigao. Okay, someone in the comments are going to have to tell me if that's wrong or right. Now, this thing is very fun. It does actually have an electric motor. Have a listen. Or not, because there's not much to hear. This is a Brazilian electric car, and it is based on something that is real. I will say, amazingly, those rear lights are huge. I don't know what the real car looks like to compare, but they are some big rear lights. But this car does look very 80s. Very, very 80s, which is very interesting, very cool. And so we could do another quick build with this one right on the side of the road. Why not? Now, if we open up everything, I just want to show you that this trunk opens like this. I don't know if the real one opens like that, but that's fun. So then we have the doors that also open at a weird angle as well. This is very odd. I don't know why they're open like that. It might just be a mistake. But the hinge is on this section. Very interesting. So it's sort of got an almost not gull wing, but sort of some sort of wing door to it. The interior is pretty basic. There's not really much to it. And then we have, well, I guess it's supposed to be an engine, but not engine because it's an electric motor. So we just have this cover at the front. On the tuning parts list, well, there is nothing to see because this is an unfinished mod. So we're going to have to get creative again, and I want to go for a futuristic look on this one. Seems this is supposed to be a car of the future. So let's go for some sort of weird and wacky wheel. And I think the painted flying disc wheel is going to do wonders for this one because it's just so flat that it goes with the flatness of the rest of the car. So I'm going to do that, but I'm going to make the wheel color in black. It's a shame that we can't get matte black. Matte black is definitely an option I'd have liked to have had because I wanted it to look kind of plasticky, but I think the black will still be fine, or we even match it with the paint color that we go with in a minute. So let's knock down our suspension. Doesn't really do much. V-stance will help us in a minute anyway. So I'm going to go for perfect yellow actually on this one, just because I think this represents shocking electricity. It's a weird one, I know, but that's my thought process. Sadly, we can't do RGB values on wheel colors, so that's the closest, but I would have liked to have had a matching yellow at least. Now, I was going to go for an RGB color, but when I went to go for the wheels, they didn't match, and so I've decided to just go for race yellow across the board. And then at the same time, I discovered that there is actually a couple of liveries on this. We do actually have the Tanajura Electrica stickers on the side here in white, and we also have them in black. Now I'm actually going to go for the one on black here because it works with the yellow and breaks it up a little bit. And we also have an extra, it's just this antenna right here. I'm going to keep the antenna because it looks very 80s. And then all that's left to do is to go to V-Stancer, and I'm just going to drop this one to the ground. Properly drop this one. And how about that? That was simple, just a simple drop. This thing is absolutely ridiculous. Just look at this. Absolutely, utterly ridiculous. It looks like something out of Roblox because it's just so angular and square and very slow. Very, very slow. But very, very cool. I am a fan of this. I think it looks very different and I like different. Oh dear. Goodbye him. So taking a look at these side by side, we've gone for two very colourful cars in today's video. I want you guys to let me know in the comment section below which one of these cars you prefer, which one of these builds you prefer. If you've got all the way to the end of this video, you can say parking open 24 hours in the comment section below. And I did say we were going to check the speed of this thing. Is it any good? No. it's not very good. I know that some of these cars can get very fast. It'd have been very cool if we could have had one of these with a blown engine coming out the bonnet. But yeah, in its form, this is actually fully tuned. I don't rate the speed of it at all, but maybe the handling just never got done for it. But there we go, that is it. Thank you so much for watching. If you've enjoyed this video, you can let me know by liking and sharing and subscribing and all of those things. And if you want to see more builds, click this on the screen right here to watch a different one. But that's it. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.